What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your pre-market watch list. Thanks again for tuning in. We're going to get ready to get started on today's morning watch list. There's been quite a few things moving around today. We've had some penny stocks push up, so we're going to cover all those penny stocks. I'll give you a little bit of my opinion on them. We'll talk about Alibaba. We'll talk about the United States dollar. We're going to look at silver, gold, and all the indexes. Get everyone really caught up to speed on this Monday morning. So on a side note, currently up $617 on the day. So overall, today is starting off green. So if I don't do any more trades from this point on, we're going to lock in another green day. But we're going to hopefully get that up a little bit higher on the day. That would be nice. So what we're doing right now is we're currently in a short position. So everybody in our trade room right now, they can actively be short on the stock. We should all be in the green. So we're actively short AQMS this morning with maybe targets down to, say, $2.99 for the time being. Stock that popped up earlier today was ACY. ACY has been trying to go higher. We're not really a big fan of ACY to the long side, and there's reasons why, and the main reason is the news is just trash. The news on this stock this morning is just absolute garbage. Here we go. Shares are trading higher after the company reported that the New York Stock Exchange accepted its plan for continued listing. Like, oh, that's cool. So nothing has really changed other than the fact that stock is going to stay on the New York Stock Exchange. So currently, the stock ACY before today was trading at like $2-3. Like, oh, okay. And they're going to remain on the New York Stock Exchange. So really nothing about the company dramatically has changed at all. So there's really no reason for it to be up. So ultimately, ACY is probably going to go down. So if you're watching this long bias, I would be very careful because the news is just trash on it. And people are trading this thing up for pretty much no reason. They're probably going to get caught in a sell-off. So if you're on ACY, probably just watch that thing bearish today. Next one on the list is GRNQ. So this just recently started going up. I think that had something to do with some Bitcoin news or something of that nature. Green something capital plans to set up Bitcoin fund for investment. So GRNQ is setting up a Bitcoin fund for investing. Would you look at that? Another penny stock that's probably garbage trying to ride the momentum of Bitcoin. Classic thing we see in the penny stock world. Whenever there is a big market event, catalyst, or something going on in the market that has everyone's attention, all the penny stocks just kind of hop on the boat and try to ride that momentum, okay? So that being said, right now, GRNQ is overbought on the intraday chart, so you're into a high-risk long location for the stock. So let's go ahead and let's map off those long-term trending resistances. So GRNQ at $3.14 is for sure a sell point. GRNQ at the price of $2.94 is another sell point. So I suspect we're going to see a situation where GRNQ runs up into prices of $2.94 to $3.20 and then sells off. So if it doesn't sell off here and go back down, we should go up to $3.14 to $2.97. Then we'll top here and then we'll sell off. So if I could get shares to short on the stock, which I can't, but if I could, then I would, and especially short big time in the 294s to 320s, essentially, with GRNQ. So for those of you that watch this video, by the time you get around to watching this, it's most likely going to be a short trade, a bearish stock, and you're probably not going to want to be trading at that point until it sells off, pulls back, bases out, and then you might be able to consider GRNQ as a long trade. Okay, next one on the list that we're going to talk about is Alibaba. So let's go take a look at Baba. So Baba getting crushed, down however many percent, down however many points. I don't even really care. So Baba is down big. The Chinese government came in swinging their ding dong around, trying to show Jack Ma who's boss. So the Communist Chinese Party essentially hit Alibaba with a probe, government probe, investigation, if you will. And so the stock is going down. Is the stock going to go lower today? Probably. Is it going to go lower tomorrow? Probably. Is it going to go lower from the price that we're currently at? Probably. But is it going to sell off for forever? Probably not. So it's all about figuring out where the stock is probably going to bottom out in the immediate and then taking advantage of that short-term price fluctuation that the market gives you. So given the way Alibaba is set up, we have come down to a low-risk long location. So the $217 price point is a low-risk long location. So I'm currently already long Alibaba with a very small size of 10 shares. All right. We're going to be looking for Alibaba to either go up from here or go lower. We don't really care. It could go higher or it could go lower, and we're positioned in a comfortable manner. So in this situation, we would not mind seeing Alibaba all the way down to $181 and still being long bias. So really the game plan for Alibaba is to be long in around the 170s, hope that it even goes as low as 181, and then we'll take another big long. So we're currently long Alibaba with a respectable share position size that even if in the event we drop down another 20, 30 points, we're still fine. And then we'll look to re-long on our next bigger support dip zone. So for those of you that are interested, basically consider Alibaba as a long bias stock for now. Okay, we've come from the all-time high, we've sold off, the bad news has come, it's rocked the stock, we have massive gaps on the way back up, we're coming into low-risk support, we can go further down into a next really big low-risk support. This is the daily chart, pretty much put it like this: if in the event Alibaba goes down to this price, there's a 99.7% chance it's going to bounce. Just trust it. Alibaba goes to 181, 180, 183 area, there's a 99.7% chance it's going to bounce. So when I take 10 shares long here at 218, I'm not worried if it goes down to 180. If I lose $300 on the initial drop to 180, that's fine. I could go long 400 shares down here, immediately bring my average from 220 all the way down to 180, and if there's a 99.7% chance it's going to bounce, that means my average will be down here right at the start of a bounce, and then we'll be swing long big time. So really, we don't mind to see it down to 180 because there's a very strong chance we'll see a bounce off 180 where we'll re-leverage up, take a new swing long position on Alibaba, and we'll probably be just fine. All right. Next thing on the list that we are going to discuss is going to be the United States dollar. We'll just briefly touch on this, but for those of you that have been following our channel for a really long time, you will know that we said the dollar was bearish here with a target of 87. We're close to 87. As soon as the dollar gets down to 87, it's going to bounce. There will be a bounce on the dollar at 87 because it's going to run into this previous price action support that everyone's going to go say support, but in reality, we're just coming down to trending support here at 87. So the dollar will bounce at 87. And if somehow magically it doesn't, then the whole world is probably going to panic on the dollar if we go through that point. This is the panic point. We've already been panicking on the dollar, but if the dollar goes through 87, the whole entire world's going to panic. Mainstream media, CNN, Fox News, maybe probably not Fox, but like CNBC, Market Watch, Seeking Alpha, Kitco News, Ray Dalio, the whole entire world is basically going to freak you out and say that the world's ending, the dollar's going down, it's below 87. So you might as well map off the $87 price point on your chart for the dollar and say this is where the world is going to panic and say everything is ending for the dollar if it goes through 87. All right, on to the next thing, silver. Silver is bullish. I got faked out on silver because I'm an idiot. But long story short, silver is bullish. It's actually doing what we thought it would do back here when I took a 50,000 share position, then sold it here because I thought we were going to go lower, and then I didn't re-leverage up on the big dip because I'm an idiot. Now I'm thinking about getting back in for the regression trend break and basically a move on silver. Move on silver back to the price of 29 to 30's all-time high or previous all-time high break on silver, if you may. So anyways, silver is bullish. Gold is becoming more bullish. Probably going to start getting re-long silver because A, I'm an idiot, but there's probably money to be made there. So gold, silver, bullish. All right, S&P 500, bullish. We went through our dip phase. The market just said we're getting stimulus. Everyone's happy about sending $700 billion to foreign countries because, again, our governments are just dumb. The United States people are just, we're not even dumb. We just can't even do anything about it. We're just on a runaway train with our government. We're screwed. So anyways, markets are bullish. The Federal Reserve is pumping hundreds of $80 billion a month buying stuff from banks. Your government just gave everybody a measly $600 to do nothing with, and then sent $700 billion to foreign countries because who knows why? Because we're just dumb. We're about as dumb as a pile of bricks here in America. And if you think otherwise, then you're of the dumbest brick in the pile. So that being said, market's still bullish. I anticipate that the S&P 500 is ultimately going to go up to a price of, I don't know, what is this, 300 and... Here's my accountant calling me. So market's going to go up to probably 385 on the S&P 500. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, there's really no other nearest target than 385 on the upside. And support right now for the market's all the way down to like 354. So if in the event somehow market doesn't go to 385, S&P 500 will snap back down, maybe closer to 354. But for right now, there isn't really a low-risk selling location for a pullback zone until 385. So we still anticipate markets, NASDAQ, all this stuff's going to go higher. Until ultimately the bubble just eventually pops, okay? So that is your morning rundown. Hopefully everybody's doing good. We are now up to $750 green since the time that I started this video. We have been short on AQMS, and AQMS is now closer to that target of $3 that we had mentioned before. So we're about 730 bucks on that play. And that is your morning watch list, everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next video. Mind you, forgot our Christmas New Year's sale is currently going on. That being said, you can get our day trading course 35% off, our chat rooms 20% off, and all of our custom coded trading scripts that we use every single day are 20% off. Links will be in the description for that. Everybody take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.